revolutionary unrest, which today afflicts the entire Western world, goes far deeper than is generally supposed. Its root cause is not cultural Marxist propaganda, nor the after effects of 1945, nor did it issue from the French Revolution, but from a process of racial impoverishment, which destroyed all the great civilizations of the past, and which threatens to destroy our own. This grim blight on the health of civilized society was correctly diagnosed in the 19th and early 20th centuries. However, in the period since, this recognition has been deliberately obfuscated by every Western institution and government, with heavy penalties laid against any who dare speak of it. For it is the taboo which keeps the present liberal socialist system in order, as it swiftly carries European culture to the brink of its extinction. Civilization is complex. It involves the existence of human communities, characterized by political and social organization, dominating and utilizing natural forces, adapting themselves to the new man-made environment thereby created, possessing knowledge, refinement, arts, and sciences, and composed of suitable individuals capable of maintaining this elaborate organic arrangement, and of handing it on to a qualified posterity. This common understanding leads one to the conviction that conservative, steady forces build civilization, while liberal, subversive forces tear it down. Stagnant or decadent peoples, therefore, cannot bear its responsibility, as it becomes a burden to them, for civilization is a continuous work with continuous benefits, and this is inevitable in a universe governed by laws which decree that something may not come out of nothing. Civilization follows these laws. It is not a cause, but an effect of sustained human energy springing from a creative biological urge that is fundamentally conditioned by race. And because the foundation stones of high civilization are established by culture, and because culture and race are interlinked, civilization cannot be created nor sustained for very long without the latter pair. European civilization, which is presently and systematically being stripped of its racial and cultural components by the process of progressive liberal socialist politics, dictated via constant oppression, now has its bedrock exposed. Once this foundation is excavated, however, it cannot be rebuilt or manifested ever again, as the native racial group capable of doing so will no longer exist. Those diverse peoples, now flocking to the West and entering it by the tens of millions, flee here from uncivilized regions, and were incapable of creating any decent, lasting, healthy society of their own, but now seek to obtain the benefits of one that was not of their production, one that took millions of sacrificed lives to build over millennia. The chaos this will undoubtedly cause shall affect the well-being of all of humanity for over the next 10,000 years, and this is by design. Whether through religious antipathy, a cultural inferiority complex, foreboding new customs, or simple jealousy, the instinctive urge from the vast majority of these newcomers will range from unreasoning dislike to quiet hatred, and gradually, outright rebellion. These feelings will not be directed at supposed imperfections in the social order, but against the social order itself. That is to say, against the builders of Western civilization. This is a point which is rarely mentioned, and still more rarely understood. We must realize that the basic attitude of those born from uncivilized nations is a natural instinct against civilization of any kind. They arrived here for the comforts of the West, but not from any love for it. And it is in these newcomers, led by a few traitorous commissars, that the liberal socialist complex invests billions of Western tax dollars to socially and politically equip them as a competitive, standing population against which the native Europeans cannot contend, as the rules of the game are deliberately stacked in favor of these people, with financial and institutional support, unfair diversity quotas in labor markets and community groups, and the corporate public targeting of successful European associations as being privileged. Thus, the liberal socialist order intends to recreate the Western world in their own decadent, unprincipled image. By using an influx of 100 million undermen, with many millions more on their invitation lists, this coterie hopes to racially impoverish Europeans with new livestock, to fabricate an anarchic, civilization-breaking human type. The end result will be the demonization, diminishment, and eventual decay of European peoples and their cultures altogether, the final insult being that the pyre upon which they will be burned shall be the very civilization that they themselves created.